Is this concrete proof that zombies actually existed? Stay tuned after this. What's up, Grayson Report? I hope I find you well, and I found this article that might shed some light that zombies actually existed. Well, this article is from Popular Mechanics, and its archaeologists discover a haunting grave that was built to contain zombies. What? Yes, you heard right. It says zombies. This is one way to keep dead people dead. The grave markers of the early Bronze Age had their own strategies for keeping the dead, dead. In fear of revenant, people think zombies recovering from death to torment those still alive. The people burying the dead would often employ efforts to keep bodies more securely confined to their graves. One such zombie grave was reportedly found in Open, Germany, according to a Facebook post from the State of Office for Heritage Management and Archaeology of Saxony-Anhalt. The strategy used for keeping the body in place was a stone over 3 feet long and about 1.6 feet wide, pinning down the legs, which belonged to a middle-aged man who would have been buried in the tomb roughly 4,200 years ago at 4 inches thick. The stone was no small weight. It must be assumed that the stone was placed there for a reason, a translated statement from the state office read, possibly to hold the dead in the grave and preventing it from coming back. The state office believes that the tomb was laid during the time of the Bell Beaker culture, as it was found near other cultural discoveries. This culture was present near the end of the Neolithic period and start of the early Bronze Age, roughly 2800 BC. And while there is little recorded about the Bell Beaker culture, the find could provide deeper insight into the superstitions of the people. We know that already in the Stone Age, people were afraid of revenants. Susan Frederick, an archaeology with the state office and project manager from the excavation, told Newsweek. Back then, people believed that dead people sometimes tried to free themselves from their graves. Sometimes the dead were laid on their stomach. If the dead lies on his stomach, he burrowed deeper and deeper instead of reaching the surface. Some graves even showed that burying the dead on their stomach wasn't considered enough and featured the addition of a lance through the torso used to help secure the body in place. That is crazy. The tomb was found to be empty except for the man buried inside, who is believed to have been aged between 40 and 60 when he died and was found in a crouch position laid on his side. The oversized stone was placed on his legs. No lance apparently was needed. Fantastical legends have long perpetrated the idea that the undead could rise and inflict distress on the living, and archaeologists locating a zombie grave dating so far back helps shows just how prevalent these beliefs were throughout history and just how powerful a stone block was thought to be a preventing revenant. So the story is not what you think of the typical zombies that we see in the movies, like The Walking or TV show The Walking Dead or 28 Days Later. It's more of belief of what people believed in back then, and they believed that people could rise from the dead. And so what they did was they put these heavy um stones on top of them to prevent them from returning up from their grave, in other words. So it's not the typical zombies going after brains, chasing us. Not what you think, not, but it is a start. It could be where that idea rose from, which I find fascinating. I did not like zombie movies until 28 weeks later. And then I did get on into The Walking Dead until about Negan, and I stopped watching after that. But I do find zombies fascinating. And guys, comment below what is your favorite zombie film, and also what did you think of this article? And as always, I go live every Monday, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Be there or be squared. Stay spooky and sweet nightmares, guys, and I will see you on the next one.